Let's get a quick take on the reaction to the comments made by President Trump about refugees in certain countries in Africa and Haiti. Congressman Mike Coffman released a statement on Twitter saying that many of his constituents have come from all over the world and haven't just improved their own lives, but have strengthened the fabric of their entire community. He went on to say that perhaps the president can learn a thing or two from those same constituents. Patty Calhoun from Westward, lots of angles on this one. We're going to go with not saying the actual word in question, but if there's a more FCC legal version of the word you'd like to say, please feel free. Your comments.
I'm a little disappointed in that, Dominic, because of course at Westward we print and use all those words as often as possible and with abandon. But we are not the President of the United States. This is appalling, and good for Kaufman coming out. You know, I just looked at my kitchen. I know S-holes, and those countries are no S-hole compared to my kitchen right now. Or shoals, I think we can start calling them for short. But shame on Trump for his shoals comment.
Shoals is a great short version of that. I like that. Joey Bunch from Colorado Politics. Do you think other Republicans are going to come out as vociferously as Mike Coffman did today?
I'm surprised Cory Gardner hasn't already. He's and when I left the State House a little while ago, they were talking about Martin Luther King Day on Monday, and this was prime center. State Representative Joe Salazar, who's running for Attorney General, teed off on it. But moreover, what Mike Coffman said is true. If you look at the African immigrants in his district, I've written a couple of stories about how they prospered economically and politically. So, you know, if people stand with the truth, they're not going to stand with President Trump on this issue.
Mm-hmm. I think you make a great point. There's been great reports. In fact, thanks to Patty, read the book The Newcomers by Helen Thorpe, and it went through a lot of those same stories to the students at South High School, and you walk away with a very positive impression of the folks she talks about. Penfield Tate, attorney at QTAC Rock, also a longtime state lawmaker. What is the correct and balanced reaction to this? I think it's easy to get both sides. What's the right balanced reaction?
Acknowledge that Donald Trump is a racist and hope he can be educated. I mean, Joey's point was right. It's not just immigrants in Mike Coffman's district. It's immigrants throughout this country, regardless of the country of origin, who've worked and tried to improve themselves. And indeed, that's the history of America, where immigrants come here from other countries and work hard to support themselves and raise a family and to move to the next level of success possible based on their ambitions and desires. One could argue that there's no difference between some of these other countries and parts of rural West Virginia or other parts of this country where infrastructure is depleted, dilapidated, and there are no jobs. And that's what makes his comment so troubling, because it's clear it was racially motivated. And at least it's clear to people in communities of color, and I think it's clear beyond that base, because I was with Joey. I was up at the state capitol too for the MLK celebration, and you could hear all of the legislators on both sides of the aisle expressing their dismay with the president's comments.
Michael Fields joins us with Americans for Prosperity. What do you think about other Republicans? Do you think we're going to get some more reaction, and what do you think of Mike Coffman's response?
Yeah, I definitely think that you're going to get more Republicans come out, and I think Cory Gardner will, if he hasn't already, put out a statement on this. But these are the kind of issues that Coffman really takes advantage of to show how he's different in his district. I mean, his district is a true swing district with a lot of immigrants. It doesn't surprise me that he's out there, out front, saying these things, and it's one of the reasons why he wins his elections, wins by a pretty wide margin, because he really listens to his constituents. Mm-hmm.